Kevin's in kind of a mood.
So I don't want to do this video, period. This is not the video I was even planning. I know you guys were filming something yesterday, so this is just... I don't like it because I love these animals and I do not want to get rid of them, but they're really nice. So if you guys are going to keep large snakes that are actually, you want friendly snakes, which are social, which are trusting breeders, somebody's going to be good for educational shows, whatever. I actually have some cool stuff I'm going to let go, and it hurts. I have to make some changes to actually survive. This is way beyond doing as a hobby, which is the most efficient. So I'll tell you, any of you hobbyists that think going commercial for this kind of stuff, don't do it. It's rough. You have to be willing to work every single day.
Kevin, I'm sorry to make you feel a minute. This is my job.
What was...
Come here so you're in the light, homie.
Okay.
You know what the hand signals mean? We've been working together for 2 years.
I didn't know. I thought you were making me walk towards like another snake.
No. You're going to probably have a hard time finding homes for these snakes because the average person probably isn't capable of taking care of a retic.
Right. So reticulated pythons are, but these are not giant. I have a couple 22-foot platinums. We're not talking about those. These are talking a lot of animals that have a lot of smaller growing lineage like that jag. I don't produce a ton of retics because there's not enough ecosystems in captivity for, you know, just even my little customer audience. So we want to make sure that, you know, you're responsible, but I'm not also going to sit here and say, you know, they're not a good species, because there's a lot of people that are really qualified keepers. And it's like the difference between having maybe a medium-sized dog and a large, like Rottweiler, you know, or something like that. It's you just have to be, you know, a little bit more on point, and you always have to be secure, because remember, one bad thing you guys can do can represent our entire industry. I have to do some downsizes. It's getting very, very expensive to do all of these animals. On the scale that I'm doing, I have to have a lot of employees, getting paper. There's a lot of things, and with COVID, I'm really hitting some challenges, and so I have to do some downsizing. The trick, I keep reticulated pythons because I love reticulated pythons. They're mentally ideal. They learn a lot. They're really intelligent, and they get some of the notorious, you know, bad snake persona thrown on them. And in fact, reticulated pythons actually could be great. So I like to show the nicer side of reticulated pythons, which are very calculated thinking animals. But I do have some of my breeders that I'm going to sell. One of my things is I'm not gonna. This is a jag, so she'll jag. I guess we just have the jag thing, so she's gonna have this wobble, but I love her. She's wonderful. We have this idea, you know, just like I have all these animals, but I don't keep all these animals just because I want to breed them. So I do breed some of these guys, but the trick is I don't want to make a ton of reticulated pythons because they're not for everybody. But I do actually have a lot of reticulated pythons that actually have smaller growing lineage. So that's going to be like Jampea, Honey Island, Coyote, Solaire, snakes like that. So not all retics are going to, well, actually a lot of these retics don't get that big, and they're really dimorphic, meaning the males, and a lot of these guys are smaller. A lot of my males are breeding at like, you know, 6 foot, and the females are reproductive 8 foot and better generally. But I'm going to have some animals for sale. And this is a jag het albino. She's a wonderful breeder, and she's great, but she's nice and friendly. She is a loopy, but that's reflected in the price, but she's very, very healthy. And the loopiness is just like in the jag carpets, and even we can see in spider balls, but this is way more severe than a spider ball as far as like the jag carpets and even some of the jag retic combos. But some jag combos can actually be really good, but the spiders is, I very rarely encounter that kind of level of whatever. Just so you know, all right? I build these cages with dividers. So when you're cleaning a cage, It is wonderful to have a divider. If you're keeping 2 snakes communally, I can divide them so I can feed this little precious baby and that one, and you don't have them competing for the same food item. So a lot of people just don't understand that. This is a really good little trick for a whole bunch of stuff. Certainly venomous, shift boxes, but having a shift cage is excellent. Great thing for, this could be a boa constrictor. So an 8-foot female boa is no joke when it's in a feeding mode. So having that divider and all that kind of stuff is excellent. But I have all these. These all have slide-in dividers. Do you like to eat boa constrictors? Yes, I do. Boa constrictors are yummy.
Is that what you're feeding one in there right now, Kevin?
No.
Oh, you're not feeding them, huh?
No.
What are you doing?
Well, come from this angle so we don't disturb them.
Okay.
Right there. So we attempted the hybridization of Colombian boa, genetic combo, to a wild type green anaconda. This boa, for some reason, is gravitating towards this very young green anaconda. And I say young, it's probably 5 years old. And this girl, pull her up. Nice. I know. She's shedding. I figured he'd be more. Oh, goodness gracious. Come here. Oh, you're shedding. Yes, horrible. What are we doing to you? Look at you, the ferocious green anaconda. This should be the most ferocious time in this animal's day because it's shedding. And your cage is going to get clean, so Spencer's going to have to come in here. So I'll tell you one thing about her. Mm-hmm. She ate a male.
Oh, she ate a male anaconda?
No, she ate a boa constrictor.
Oof.
And that's very unusual.
So you're kind of running a risk letting this happen right here?
Yeah. Let me. I'm going to give somebody. Okay, dealing with big snakes. When you deal with big snakes, you cannot be fearful. So I'm not even considering the snake's going to bite me, and this is the anaconda. They get such a bad rap. But this is a pretty safe position. Doing it like this, getting them. Yes. Your little nostrils are all clogged up, but.
You just had a whole bunch of them born.
A what?
You had a whole.
I just had a couple litters of anacondas. It's interesting. 2 females, 2 separate cages, and they both had babies. So. This one's shedding. So as she's shedding, she kind of swells up her because they're building a new shed underneath. So even the shed around her nostrils will actually plug up her nostrils, so they can be more, snuffly, we'll say, because she's just making noises. But so all right now, her exterior dermal layer has it's a little bit expanded. So that's why it makes things like that. This is the worst state that we could show these guys because they've had the smell of rodents coursing through this room, and then all of a sudden it's like, no, we're not going to feed you.
So you're turning her off right now?
Yeah, she's really upset.
And when you turn them off, what do? You just...
You work with their brain.
Okay.
Okay? You work with their brain. So I'm watching her little behaviors and her tongue flicks and stuff like that. So she knows this is no longer food. This is just, she'll start slowing down as she gets with it. See, Satan is behind you.
He's the guy that caused all this. Look at the face. That's his angry face. He puts his teeth up like that.
You left the rodent room open, and I had to go do a retic video, and it blew everything in here, and all the snakes are on fire. Oh, look, there's mice and rats and wonderful things. And look,
I didn't know that.
He doesn't.
Did that cause that? Damn.
There's no sorrow in this boy.
He's new.
So this snake wants to be big. So this is Mochino tiger.
I notice you don't look at the snake when you're talking to me. The other guys yesterday wouldn't stop looking at the snake.
I do that because I do a lot by feel. And so I'm going to tell you guys a really important rule. When you're playing with animals like this, there's a trick. Don't act like it's going to bite you. Don't act like it's going to bite you. I don't act that way because what you do is you start becoming erratic. And even if you watch Jay at Prehistoric Pets, Jay's got snakes lunging at him, and Jay acts like the snakes are not going to bite him. and you watch, Jay flows. Okay? So
Sometimes Jay gets spit out though. To be
no,
fair.
okay, well, whatever. But
doesn't
okay, but
count.
Jay just sitting there laughing
Yeah.
because Jay inherently understands these animals, so he's kind of weaving around that. It's the same kind of thing, but you can pretend, act like it's not going to bite you. The best way when you're dealing with a dog that's like aggro or it's trying to like dominate you or whatever is to actually ignore it and not act like you're even fearful of it. And that can actually bring the dog's stress down. This snake is really moving, and she wants to, we're not giving her a lot of food because in case we're to sell her, you never want to ship an animal like this with food in it. Because what happens is, as they metabolize the food, it creates energy. So as calories are as she's digesting, she's burning calories, and calories is a measurement of heat, essentially. So she wants to eat, but this is probably maybe a 15-foot snake. This snake is probably going to max out at 17 foot if you really start putting food to it. She's probably a good 8 years old, and she's a proven breeder. She's a sweet snake, especially if you give her the kind of food that she wants. And we're literally maintenance feeding these guys because I still have to be able to put this into a box and get this to you. So these are animals that are you want them, gun the food to them, they're going to get big. But back to this, I'm watching the behavior of the animal. Even as much as she's moving, she's just being, she's so excited. They've been racing their cage for probably the past couple hours because all the rodent-laden air has been pumped into here, and they all think it's food time. And then I'm totally denying them that. So I think they were literally excited. So an animal like this, some of the safest things to do is to get your hands underneath their chin, because I can control a lot of snakes just by putting my finger under their chin. She's moving a lot, so that's a little bit hard to manage. But what I do is I'm trying to keep control of this first 10% of her body. That's critical, and then you kind of try to slow her down. Get the brain going. Her brain's been going the whole time because she's good. Long tongue flicks. She's there you go.
That's good.
Now we go into the just like curiosity. I just want to think. We've gotten out of the food mode entirely, and now we just got, okay, this is her normal, behaviors, and she's very, very sweet. But what a glorious animal. And it's really interesting too, it never ceases to amaze me. We have a big apex predator, and she's allowing another, essentially a predator, to play with her and always put her in danger, because whenever we keep these animals, they're always in peril because we could tomorrow decide I'm going to kill it or whatever. So it's just our brains, but they don't really, understand that. So the only thing that works is the tried and true method, which is taking care of these guys with, a lot of swinging them around. There we go. Taking care of them and establishing trust. Trust is everything. And working with her brain so she doesn't view you as a food opportunity. And I have my shirt, hands, it's what's for dinner. And I pretty much came up with that just from resex. Because a lot of times it's, it's like the food opportunity. So you have an active hunter or an ambush predator that will actively seek out food, or it will find game trails, and then due to the smell, and it will situate itself waiting, and it will wait days. Something like a gaboon viper or a rhino viper, they could wait a month along these game trails just waiting for that one food opportunity of some little forest rat walking down there. And these guys, they get big, they have a big appetite, so they need to really maximize their food opportunities. So these are active hunters, they spend a lot of time in the water. But highly intelligent, but we're working with their brains. So one predator keeping another predator like this and having, good results. That's all the magic of keeping these animals. Come here.
Woo! Spicy.
Hey, Dad, Snarfles is trying to.
Hey, guy! Your hands! It's what's for dinner and lunch and breakfast! It's buffet time! Dad,
so excited I couldn't even make sense. Do you guys know? You're gonna take and play with my favorite girl I do not know, Lilith. You know, Lilith might even try to eat me, guy. Snarfles, but you tried to eat my hand. Shut up! Your hand is yummy. Dad, I'm sorry. I know. I got a little excited. So now, look at his little cute little brain. His little self. Hi, buddy. Look at this guy. He's all Snarfles was sitting there when I opened the cage and he got so excited because Snarfles really has a strong desire to eat. And he wanted to eat. As well as he loves ladies, he also wants to lavish himself with calories. But he is my little buddy. He's such a wonderful animal. So he took a quick shot at his daddy, and then he's embarrassed now, so.
Show me stretch marks. Look at those fat chunks.
Hey guy, why are you saying this about me? Not in front of the women and all my friends!
Wow, dude, he's so upset now.
And insecure.
Did you go in the other room and press?
Yeah.
Does that help?
Yep, so I put the Ranger on it, what we should list it, and then we list it.
So I can get her to sit up here.
Oh, Rob's going to go do some Boy Scout shows.
Yeah, we're going to teach some Boy Scouts about some snakes and some cool reptiles. So I'm bringing this golden child cow here. She's one of our great animals. She's actually featured in our Tinley Park video. So if you go back to 2019 and check out the video with Emily from Snake Discovery and some of the other YouTubers, they were hanging out with this cow reticulated python at the Tinley Park show.
Hey, Clint?
Clint, yeah, Clint's Reptiles.
Yeah, he's cool.
Stinking rad.
He's pretty rad.
So, as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Please join our Twitch audience on Friday nights where Johnny previews the video that's going to be dropped on Saturday. I really like all the comments you guys are doing on YouTube. Hopefully you're following Evil Morph God on Instagram if you want to see things like Lilith, Snarfles. Maybe Donnie's going to sneak some Snarfles in here.
Yep.
Because everybody loves Snarfle videos. Now we got Lucifer.
Right. Maybe photos of Kevin on your Instagram.
There you go. That's Donnie. He likes to do that. So
follow Kevin.
So follow me, please, and obviously follow my business page, New England Reptile, on Instagram. And thank you for being a part of our YouTube audience. And we really appreciate you guys. And we're not saying that because if I didn't find all the comments interesting and understanding what's going on, what you guys are interested in, we probably would start really losing interest in actually doing these videos. We're just doing it to engage you, and we want to make you better keepers.
I gotta turn my camera on, dude.
You didn't turn your camera